few things that I forgot yesterday to do, and I wanted to talk about something really quick. My name is Ricardo. I'm owner of JunkGuysdfw. I've actually been doing junk removal for 17 years. And in the DFW area, I'm probably the longest running junk removal service there is, I suppose. And what I try to do is give knowledge to the small junk removal owners that are out there that are starting the junk removal service, that are trying to establish themselves in this business. Oh my gosh, I have no fuel and I'm warming up the car. Can you believe that? So I wanted to talk about something that is very surprising to me. It's actually very surprising to me. As y'all know, I built up the JunkGuys Frisco area years ago. For the last 17 years, I have 28 to 30 miles away. And we establish ourselves to go and get any job that's available and do the jobs at a good price with good efficiency. And that's my whole deal, right? That's my whole thing when it comes to this. Well, JunkGuys Frisco was an idea that I had. I had built a website and I set it out there in the real world, and people started calling me. It worked. It worked. It was a great idea. What's up, all around? What's up, Richard? Someone's saying the dumpster business is the way to go into. Yeah, right. All around junk. You know what I'm talking about. If you're, I hope you're joking. That's a dead end business. So the fact was that in the last 17 years, I had started building DFW, the Dallas Junk Guys. I also built JunkGuys Frisco. And in the last year and a half, my son Madison took over JunkGuys Frisco. And he has been doing an outstanding job. My son easily makes about $1,200 a day doing this. I don't know how he does it. I have no idea, but I will tell you, he hustles a lot. He updates his social media. He updates his Google My Business account. He updates his Facebook. He posts on Facebook on Nextdoor. He's always doing something for his website or something for his business. Always doing something. He's got business cards. He's got his shirt. He's got his hat. He does all that stuff. He even bought a new truck cash, right? And he built his business because the business was already there. So as my son, I just handed him over JunkGuys Frisco. I just said, here, son, here's JunkGuys Frisco. It's too far for me. You might as well do it. And he took it. He took it and surrounded himself with a good business plan, is what he did. He took his business idea that he had and he ran with it. He ran with it and did right. So, and he makes really great money. Now, this is what I want to talk to you about. In the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, if I make $2,000, all Madison JunkGuys Frisco has to do is about $500 in one day to beat me. Believe it or not. And I figured out why. It was bothering me for a long time that I had no idea how his business was working. But working with him last week for a few days and working with him, from day-to-day jobs and seeing what he's doing really gave me an eye-opening experience on how his business works. And it was, you're going to get a trip out of this when I tell you. So a few weeks ago, we went to go do a job and we did 3 jobs for him, just 3. And we finished I got there around, I don't know, I think it was like 8:30, 9 o'clock. And we ended up doing 3 jobs and we were done by like 11. And he said, well, this is my chance, Dad. I'm going to put stuff to sell. I'm going to go eat some lunch. If you want some, you can come in the house. Well, I'm like, oh, okay, I guess. I said, that's all you have? He goes, yeah, that's it. I make $650, Dad. And I have something later on this evening. And to me, I was like, what the heck is he doing? And I'm going to tell you, this is such a trip because it made me kind of regret not just working for my area, like just the Fort Worth area, right? Probably an area that I neglected for years, but it doesn't matter. I'm in Dallas, I'm in Fort Worth now, so it doesn't really matter. And Matty took it upon himself, let me tell you what he did, to surround his business and surround himself with only working in the Frisco area. And he only advertises in the Frisco area. He serves Frisco. Is his #1 city, but the surrounding cities too. And the surrounding cities, I'm gonna tell you, are no less than 10 miles away. They're just like, 10 minutes away. They're honestly 10 minutes away. Maybe they're 5 or 6 miles away. And it's Salina, it's Prosper, it's Aubrey, Plano, North Dallas, and he does these cities. Now, here's what I'm trying to tell you. The other day, I went over to his house around 8:30. We completed 3 jobs. He made $550, $600, something like that. I worked with him, and then he went home, and some of the stuff that he took pictures of it and resold some of the stuff. He recycled, and he ate lunch, which was really caught me off guard. He ate lunch at his home. And I was thinking, how is he doing this? The thing about Matty and Madison's business is that he's in an up and starting city, which is Frisco. Anywhere he travels, it's only 5 minutes away in the city of Frisco. All the jobs we did, we were done by like 11:30. I'm telling you, I got there at 8:30. We left around 8:35, and we were done by like 11:30. And literally, he said, "Dad, I have a job right around the corner." We ran around the block, and we were doing the job for $250. Every job he does is around the corner. Every job he does is in his neighborhood. And I'm going to tell you something, guys. I was amazed by the amount of people that know my son because of the videos that I post. But no, not only that, because he's a firefighter and he has a good attitude. I was surprised by that. We would go to people's houses and they go, "Hey, I saw you on YouTube." "Oh, that's who I saw." And they point at me and I'm like, "Oh, hey, how y'all doing?" He goes, "Yeah, Matty told me that you're his father." And I'm like, what kind of conversation did they have when I was here? Just stuff like that. And it was an eye-opening experience to me, the relationship that he has with these customers. But not only that, his neighborhood customers. And that was the big surprise. I'm going to tell you, man. We went to 3 people's houses, and they were all in his area. None of them were further than 10 miles. We knocked them all out. He made $600 or $550, something like that, and we were done. Because they're in his area, the efficiency that my son has is such a dominant force in the Frisco area. I could not believe the amount of customers he had and the amount of time it took us to do this job, but how far we traveled. So I spent about $1,000 a month on fuel. On fuel. If to go to just one job for me, it takes me about an hour to get there. To do a job, it takes me about 15, 20 minutes, depending on what kind of job it is. Matty does a job, and it takes him less than 10 minutes to get there, another 15 minutes to do the job, 25 minutes, and he's done. It takes me an hour and 30 minutes to do a $250 job, where it will take him 25 minutes to complete a whole job. And I'm going to tell you why and how he makes money. First of all, fuel is such a big part of your business. And I think there's a lot of people, "Oh, I don't spend that." Yeah, do your math, dude. I don't think y'all realize how much money you spend on fuel. Here's another thing for you, a big old thing. Wear and tear on your vehicle. The drivetrain, the transmission, the tires. We stopped and got gas because he ran out of gas. He was running out of fuel, and he goes, "Dad, I got to pump gas." I said, "Oh, go ahead, no problem." And he started putting fuel. And he put $50 in his Ford F-150. And I said, "Hey, Matty, when was the last time you got fuel?" He goes, let me check. And it was Thursday. He goes, "Last Wednesday." I was like, "What?" He goes, Dad, I don't travel that far. Every job's around me. I said, last Wednesday. Oh my gosh. Dude, my son will beat mostly every junk removal service in the Frisco area, and I'm going to tell you why. First of all, his website's ranked really, really good. Second of all, the efficiency, the fuel, the time it takes to get to a job is such a crucial part of this business. He has enough time that in the middle of the day, he goes back home, eats lunch, and then keeps on going about his business. Is that incredible or what? He will go do 3 or 4 jobs. Then in the middle of the day, he'll go and eat lunch. And it's crazy. It is absolutely crazy what he does. I cannot believe the amount of jobs that we did that day in so little time. Okay, so he beats us on fuel, efficiency, and time. But I'm going to tell you where else he beats us. He takes pictures and sells stuff. Why? Because he's got time to do it. He's even got time to recycle stuff I can't do because I don't have the time to do it. Because I have to go all the way back to Dallas, back to Fort Worth, back to Dallas, back to Colleyville, I'm all over the place. But in order for his business to work, he only has to go in Frisco and only survives and services that area around him. Isn't that crazy? And I said, this boy's got it made. All he does is service his area, and that's it. That's all he needs to do. But it works for him. It actually works for him. I was totally blown away and surprised of what happened. And how it happened. And how it works. That was what's crazy. Yep. That is what was crazy. If I had it like that, I'd make a lot more money. And I'd be faster. I'd get home earlier. All that good stuff. Servicing your business locally is the way to go. I'm going to tell you, because it works out for Maddie. And he's doing really good in his area. Really, really good. All right, guys, so I just want to do a quick video. It's Christmas Eve. I got to go stop and buy some stuff. I will talk to y'all later. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Hopefully, we'll talk again. There is no mastermind meeting tonight. I have a dinner with my family tonight, so I'll see y'all later, guys. Have a great Merry Christmas.